very privileged in my position.
That's it. It is a privileged position, isn't it? You see, people go to work, they stack shelves in supermarkets, they go to the office to do IT work. We get to travel around the world racing or reporting on our hobby. At the end of the day, really, isn't it? So it's a privileged position.
It's a great sport. It's got its highs and lows, as most of these drivers out there right now will testify to. We just saw a quick vision of Andre Lotter patiently waiting on his teammate bringing his car home. This 25 minutes cannot go fast enough for him.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it, is there? You know, you might sit there thinking, wish I was out there. Just wish I was out there, because then I would, hopefully, if I wouldn't make a mistake. What happens if my teammate has a lapse of concentration, misses a braking point by a few meters, runs wide? Oh man, just keep it calm, keep it calm. And what's surprising me is Tom Christensen got the call a couple of laps ago. Just keep back, just keep back.
Well, he might have made that call himself. He might have just decided, you know what?
But I think he's probably quite close, considering these two are meant to be just circulating now, just to get to the finish and a formation photograph.
Good
yeah,
TV.
That's right, it's good TV, yeah. Formation photograph for 25 minutes then.
So I think we're seeing the last stop of this is a little while ago. The last stops of everyone, 67 into the box.
You're going to see slow-mos of the mechanics working on the cars. Poetry in motion, really. I mean, as much as you guys train and as much as you guys test in the cars driving them, the boys and girls, the mechanics, they are practicing pit stops, practicing tire changes, practicing putting the fuel hose on. Nothing is left to chance, is it?
Practicing fixing the car after shunts. That's another thing to practice, you know. The inevitable happens and drivers make mistakes, and you know, you get involved with shunts, and the mechanics actually practice rebuilding the car so that they can do it quickly and effectively, and Audi do seem to be the master of that. So here we go, looking at Marcel and De Grassi.
Oh, I can't remember what their car was called, or their Teddy. I think they were...
Betty Boost, was it?
Yeah, I think it was they were Betty Boost. So number 3 was Steffi, and Steffi's out. I think they were Betty Boost was the second one, yes. ...23 minutes, 40 seconds.
It's funny how this race, when you're driving it, it's funny how you get the gradual wind down of it. You know, it's a long event, and especially that last lap, it becomes a tunnel of marshals. So by the time you get to the end of the lap, no one's pushing, because you can't, because the track's full of marshals. You're just driving through the middle of marshals. So it's almost an unwritten rule that you don't fight on the sort of last lap. You know, I don't know what would happen if we ever got to the situation where it was a fight for position and the 1 and 2 car were right, you know, in front and behind each other on the last lap.
The Peugeot victory was a bit like that. There wasn't much between them, and as you say, the marshals were kind of off the track. They weren't around, and it was only when they came through the last corner that you kind of saw that. Yeah, as you say, that has happened with the Peugeot as the rebellion is in now.
I mean, I've been lucky enough myself to take the finish of this race a couple of times, in fact, and it's just like, it's such a weird experience and such a relief. You're like, oh, we're going to make it, we're going to make it. It doesn't matter what position you're in. It's just we've made 24 hours, and it's that in itself is such a big deal for the cars, for the drivers, for all the organisation to have gone into everything, and you're so relieved. And if you got the victory as well, there you go. That's the icing on the cake.
I mean, a lot of these drivers you were saying will disappear off tonight, tomorrow. We've got another race next weekend with the Nürburgring training 4 hours. But let's say you don't have that race next weekend. Do you hang around and just soak up the atmosphere this evening, tonight, and then you wake up tomorrow morning? That's all over. My whole first 6 months of this year were geared around doing Le Mans.
Yeah.
And I got to wait a year now. You kind of post-race depression.
In a sense, yeah. You know, it is depressing if you're still at the circuit and they start, you know, taking all the awnings down, taking everything to bits, and it's like, you know, this has been here for 2 weeks now, and it's almost like a bit of an anticlimax. But if you've just won the race, there's a big party tonight you're going to be going to, and you can, you know, for the next few days you're going to have a big smile on your face. So let's just see how this plays out for Benoit Trullier, Marcel Fassler and Andre Luther. Sam Bird there went out of the race very early in the Ferrari, had done a fantastic job in his first Le Mans in the Ferrari, and got involved in
that strange crash that no one really knows
shunt.
yet.
Yes. So again, spinning car. It was at one of the P2 cars through the last chicane, the 35 car. So that's
but it is the Brundle car.
Oh, he's coming into the pits. So he's had a spin. I think he might have a puncture.
Okay.
So right at the end of the lap, sitting in 4th position, he's had a quick spin through the forward chicane and he's come straight into the pits. Could be the left rear puncture. That's Mark, you asked me to say this name again, Shulhitsky.
You're doing quite well with that one. Yeah, I think you're right, isn't it? The left, well, maybe...
Left rear.
Yeah, left rear looks soft.
It certainly doesn't look quite right. So they do the fuel first, as usual. This is an unscheduled stop, obviously. I think he was going to go to the end. Yeah, that's looking pretty flat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So good timing for him, actually. I mean, to have done that, for that to have gone flat in the last corner, and he just manages to come across the curbs and get into the pits. Last minute maneuver. So they've got a new wheel on that. Will they change all of them or just the one?
I think they did the other side as well.
So there's one car running wide. That wasn't him, though. I wonder whether there's some kind of oil down there or something down, because that's 2 cars run wide on the same corner.
I don't see any...
No one else is having any issues.
I don't see any flags out there.
So well, let's have a look at the P2 battle. Oliver Turvey now. So both Porsches are gone. They're dropping down the order, 10th and 11th now. So unless they can get them out for a last lap, hooray, just to get across the line, then it looks like retirement is due for them. Oliver Turvey in the P2 Zytek, 5th position overall, number 38. Looking like he's got a good advantage over the Ligier, 46 behind now. So as we were talking about earlier on, he got his call up something like Wednesday or Thursday to get out here and replace Marc Genet in that car. Oh, what's going on here? Have we got some action here? The car's certainly back on the floor.
Is there a driver in that car, though? Doors are open. There is. There's a crash helmet in there. I'm sure there's a blue crash
that's Mark Leib's helmet in there. So it is looking like they're going to try and do this last lap. They've done enough laps to qualify for the race. They've still got some, you know, championship points, and well, the finish itself, to actually cross the line and say we finished, is a big achievement, as I've said. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get that car, regardless of its gearbox issues. Number 2 and number 1 still circulating together. Pace really backed off now. 3:33s. So yeah, they're just stroking it home.
If they can get that Porsche out of the pits, they said just stay in 5th gear. You can potentially just gradually go out the pits, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, skip 4th into 5th. As you said, then just cruise around the 88 Abu Dhabi Racing Porsche.
Well, it might be that he's actually was stuck in 5th gear. It could have been because he talked about not having 4th, and that 5th was really noisy. And I'm sure they just said to him, stay in 5th gear, don't go down the box. So, you know, it might just have enough to get around one lap. Generally speaking, with a gearbox, if you've got one gear gone, then the others are on their way out. That's how it works. You don't lose one gear and then not lose any more. You lose them all, and it's a matter of time, which is why they've pulled the car off. So last stop for the 88 car. Not really. Oh yeah, they are running quite high. So that's a 2nd place car. Klaus Bachler and the Porsche. So, you know, looking at a good result for them. 2nd place in the AM category. Now we're looking at, I think there's Bruni again. Jamie Bruni, lead position, yes. No, it's not. That's the 61 car. That's the third place car in Pro-Am.
We've been talking over the weekend about what's outside our commentary box, and we got the blow-up Fritz, which have kind of been our windsock. But just to the left of that, we have one of these two-seater cage bungee things. And that, apart from in the dead of night of about 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., there's people been going up and down on that. Has no appeal to me whatsoever going on that thing. And tell you what, they've done some business, because it's been going all the time by about 3 or 4 hours.
I don't know what they're charging for that, but yeah, if every minute you're taking in 20 euros or something like that, they've made quite a few euros.
Yeah. You get quite a good view once you stop bouncing, I suppose. And if you could position yourself, another place which would be quite good to position yourself in 15 minutes and 30 seconds would be the top of that Ferris wheel as that goes around. If you could try and work your way up to that for the final lap as they all come. Because as you say, the marshal will start to walk out. The cars will be in a long line. That would be a great place to be.
So another car. That's Turvey coming in. Splash and dash. We did talk about whether he could make it to the end.
He's got a 1:14 advantage, so
I think maybe I wonder whether we missed the 46 car coming in for a splash and dash, but because normally he would have had to do one as well. But we know he can be pretty quick doing that, so he shouldn't lose his position. Still on board with the Audis circulating. So we got the Jota car in fuel only. Just a quick one, just to get it to the end. 14 minutes left.
Okay, the two Porsches officially dropping out of the top 10. They are still on the results board. They haven't officially handed in their notice of statement that they are not continuing. So let's just wait and see the grandstands on the pit road. I can just look around. I can see the Audi Sport grandstands absolutely packed to the rafters as everyone's starting to really get into position for the final 14 minutes now of the 24 hours of Le Mans, the 82nd running of the 24 hours of Le Mans. And as we said earlier, this race will be talked about for years and years and years. Race fans will be saying, were you there that year? Were you there that year when all that drama happened?
Yeah, when Porsche came back.
Yeah. It was not only the Porsche coming back, but just the stories and the dominance, the absolute dominance of Sarrazin and Wirtz and Nakajima. And then for it just to stop, just instantly, not even a sign of a problem.
Yeah.
And then just stop dead.
And you know, we didn't know for several minutes what was wrong. That was the thing, and we were told on the radio by the Audi engineer, because no one had a clue. We could see the engineer running around with a mobile phone, so Nakajima had obviously called him, I think. He was out of the car, there'd been
Team
a little
radio
fire.
14.
Yeah, as I thought, they're just trying to nurse that car around for one lap, probably stuck in 5th gear. Don't dare change gear in it, and just get it out, slip the clutch, get it away, and get it to cross the line.
Okay.
It's a big achievement from Porsche on their return to Le Mans. It's the first step, because let's face it, they're here for the long term now. They're going to be pushing hard for next year. They're already on the pace this year, as we've seen.
I don't believe the 20 car is going to make it out, though. There's just news from Porsche saying that car 20 in the box with drivetrain issues. Mechanics tried to repair it, but without success. So that kind of looks to me that that is not going to go any further. Car 14 with a gearbox issue, repair work going on. Team principal hopes to send it back out into the race. So we just heard that call there. So let's just see. Okay, tweet in from the two-car team of...
I see. So Bleckenmolen was coming in. He was at his 4-hour limit.
So he couldn't finish.
He'd been in the car for 4 hours after having already done don't know how many hours. He's obviously done at least 8 before that. So, yeah, getting out the car, chilling out, and letting Cooper McNeil finish the race for them.
P5 at the moment for those two. As we just try and keep up. So we just watch the Audis in position formation, not number formation, position formation. Cruise around. 11 minutes to go, 3 minutes 34 a lap, 4 laps. Unless they decide just to slow the pace down, and they might be able to do it in 3.
Yep, I think that's quite possible. Yeah, I think they will. So it looks like a last stop for 92. No big threat from behind, no chance really of any higher results. So looks like a podium finish for the 92 if they can just get to the end. Bruni still looking strong for the victory. A couple of laps advantage over Antonio Garcia in the Corvette. Christian Poulsen still lapping, honestly. 4:01 in the lead of Pro-Am class. This will be a big moment for this team.
Jenson Button tweeting, Oliver Turvey, you can do it. Jenson Button watching and listening in to encourage people along. Okay, the number 2 Audi still 3 laps ahead of the number 1 Audi, and that isn't going to change at the moment, pure and simply because they are just running in formation.
So Anthony Davidson, the only one really doing any kind of reasonably quick lap time still. He hasn't really backed off too much, actually. He's still doing a 3:28 on the last lap. Too far behind, 3 laps behind Christensen, so not going to fight for any, not going to fight Christensen for the 2nd place. But yeah, that's the thing. Some drivers just want to keep going. They don't want to back off too much. They lose concentration, so he's decided to just keep knocking in the lap times. He's confident that his Toyota's going to last the distance.
Less than 10 minutes to go of the 82nd running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
So again, let's mention Nicholas Prost in the Rebellion, 4th place overall in their own car, brand new for this year. Big achievement for them. Oliver Turvey still in the lead, 5th place overall with the P2 car. Looking like he's going to get the win. The Audi guys, suddenly they're feeling a bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
There's a bit of laughing and joking going on there.
As a driver, you will slow this down to do it in as least laps as possible now, won't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
There's no point in going around for an extra couple of minutes that you don't need to. And this is when you see the queue of traffic building up behind, because no one else wants to overtake them because they don't want to do another lap in case something goes wrong. Okay, here comes the 14 Porsche. What is the last minute? We heard the engineer saying the plan is to get you out on the last available minute. Do you follow the Audis out?
Well, the pit lane will go red at some stage, so they've got to get out before the pit lane goes red to just do a last lap. So they've just got to time it perfectly because they don't want to have to do 2 laps. So yeah, maybe as the Audi crosses the line, time-wise, to do its last lap, they want to be leaving the pits.
7 minutes to go. We saw the Toyota team there. Bittersweet. They are going to be on the podium, but they could have so easily have been, probably, on performance-wise, should have been the top step. Yeah, touched on earlier on. That was some performance by those drivers.
Well, I think that's the one thing they can take away from this. You know,
they had the fastest car.
I'm sure they're very disappointed not to get the win, but at the same time, at least they know their pace is there. They are the fastest car. Good you know, good points for the championship, as I talked about. Okay, that's not what they're really thinking about just now, as we see the Aston on screen, leader of Pro-Am. Christian Poulsen, of course, this car last year was involved in a terrible accident, which still is difficult to take on board with Alan Simonson, and if these guys can just get to the end and win this race, it'll mean so much to them.
Huge emotions in that car. Huge emotions in all these cars, but particularly with what happened last year. That car in particular, as you say, 6 minutes to go. Now, these Audis are they're doing 3:36s, so they got 2 laps to go. So they've kind of just settled that down so that they had 2 laps to go. They can't make it in 1 lap now. Tell you what, you see that camera angle of the Ferrari today, and you can see the driving position, and it doesn't look half as brutal as what it did last night, when all you could hear was the engine coming, peaking on acceleration and deceleration. Heavy braking.
They've pushed the car to the limit. Ferrari have, you know, coming off a very difficult Le Mans last year, where they were just off the pace. They have got the car together, they've got it functioning correctly, and they've pushed it to the limit, as all the other manufacturers have as well. And it's looking like at the moment, in 5 minutes time, that they could be taking another victory around here like they did 2 years ago.
All cars situated in the techno park may be collected by their teams. Just a notification coming up on the screen.
So all the cars that are out of the race already can be collected now. Get them out of that Parc Fermé area.
Because it's about to be filled up with a load more cars.
Well, that's it. You cross the line and you go straight away into Parc Fermé. You turn hard right after the pit lane entry, and then almost go the wrong way up the pit lane, and then into the Parc Fermé.
These 2 Audis for the last 25 minutes have run in this formation, 2 and 1.
So second last lap for them. I think probably they will cross the line to take the last lap this time around. Down at Indianapolis just now. The scene of many cars going through that gravel we've seen.
Yeah, I would say that's the most yellow flagged area of the race. I would say for sure.
Everyone's legs are jiggling. They're all nervous still. They're wide awake. They're on the potential victory lane again. So there we see the Porsche leaving the pits.
3 minutes 35. It's just got to get around 1 more lap.
So no doubt he'll just drive slow. He'll let the Audis. Yeah, that's very good of the Audi guys. Round of applause for Porsche. So he'll let the Audi guys go by him when they come round, and then he'll just follow them home.
Try and spoil that photograph. Oh dear me. Here come the Audi cars, 2 and 1 through the final chicane. 3 minutes, 2 seconds left. This will be the start of the final lap. There's going to be unbridled joy, isn't there, when they come back around here in 3 minutes or so. 3 minutes. It's just the emotions, the roller coaster, what these cars, what the team has been through this weekend. Just, it's so hard to put into words what time and effort goes into. I mean, you know that from last year. You stood on the podium here last year. What's going through their minds now? You know you're on the last lap.
Just get to the end. Just get to the end.
Just don't stop now.
Don't stop now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the thing. If they stop now, they're not classified.
No.
If they don't cross the line, that's it. You've done all of that for nothing. The car has got to cross the line. So, as I said, this lap's going to be pretty slow. Gradually, as he completes the lap, he'll start waving. The marshals will gradually encroach onto the circuit.
They're flashing their lights.
Yeah, there we go.
Appreciation of the marshals as well, I think, and victory flashing 1 minute 50. But it is the last lap. They won't get around in 1 minute 50 from here. It is Audi number 2 that leads Audi number 1. There's a gap of about a second between them on the track, but it is a gap of 3 laps in the overall position. And Benoit looking around, I think his teammate is alongside him. Yeah, he's looking to see where he was.
Everyone's closing up. He's not driving full throttle anymore. No. This is the cool down lap. They're still under race situation, but it's just a case of this is the formation.
That's it. Sebastian Buemi,
yeah.
Going to be on 3rd place on the podium. Now, if you'd have said to them 24 hours ago, you've got a podium place, they'd have probably said, yeah, okay, yeah.
But we want the win.
But we want the win. And then after an hour and a half, they'd have said, well, we'll have that podium place now.
Exactly.
when the car's facing the wrong way on the Mulsanne straight after a heavy bang. So it is the Fassler, Lotterer and Trillier car 2 that leads the way. The LMP2 car, the blue car behind, gonna get into the photo opportunity. All the mechanics, the boys and girls. This team is not just about the people you see in the cars and the people in the pit garages. When you walk through the paddock, Peter, there's hundreds and hundreds of people from Audi here looking after hospitality, looking after just all sorts of the motorhomes. It's a massive. There's the Porsche, which is being caught, which was what the plan was.
Yep, he wants to be overtaken.
I got a feeling this Ferrari here wants to be overtaken as well.
So we're getting, that's it, end of the race. Just need to cross the line now.
You still have to cross the line. It's the flag is out. That Ferrari has been overtaken. It was wanting to be overtaken.
Finish line. You need to pass it, go to the end of the start finish, and you need to enter the pit lane from the pit exit. Okay? So pass us up the pit, up to the end of the pit lane.
I think he knows all that already.
Lane, and then turn into pit exit. Then you need to head down the pit lane, back towards the podium.
I mean, as you say, yeah, he'll know that, but the attention to detail.
Yeah.
It was a great race. You did a great job. Fantastic. Really. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he knows where he's going, but it's little things that we heard her in the night saying to the mechanics. Make sure you have your gloves, your balaclava, your hats on.
Cover every base.
Cover everything. Do not mess this up now. Make sure you turn in the right place. Make sure you go to the right area where you need to be. They're very close. They're going to come past us very soon. The 67 car is going to end up having to do another lap there.
Yeah.
Because
he can't go slow enough to...
No, he can't. He can't go slow enough.
So just coming through the Porsche curves now.
And here they come.
Lights flashing. Past the Audi hospitality area.
Side by side.
Okay, Ben, I think, Ben, you will see the checkered flag, but you will need to then drive around the track once more. You will need to drive around the track once more, okay? So you pass us and carry on round for one more lap.
Now that is unusual. Never heard that before.
Yeah, and here they come. The doors open. Audi number 2 takes the checkered flag with Audi number 1 in second place. What a emotional weekend, particularly for the Audi number 1. That car was destroyed on Thursday, rebuilt, but it is the number 2 Audi. Who really would have thought it would be an Audi 1-2 with everything that went on this weekend?
Yeah.
Incredible. We've got to remember, we've got Oliver Turvey has come through. Well, wait, he's in the traffic somewhere in this gaggle of cars. He is leading that P2 category. The 51 Ferrari leading. There's the Toyota Davison going past.
You go to the end
78 Aston going through.
And then you turn in and pit exit.
Okay.
He's pick up whilst you're going round.
Huge emotion in a 95 car, I suspect, as well, Peter. Part of all that team last year. They are the winners first in the GTM category, car 95. third place for the Toyota.
Can finally relax, a bit of emotion coming out there.
Well, Nicolas Lapierre was the one who was
involved in the shunt,
against the wall.
So we've got another pretty slow lap while they drive around, and then they come in the pits. I've never heard that before. Normally it's straight into the pits after the finish line.
Lena gave the information of into the pits, then very, very close to the end. She said, change of plan, you're going around. Then, as he was coming through the final chicane, you need to go into the pits, and I think that message was maybe a bit late.
No, I think what he was already past, and he was saying, no, now you drive around and you do what you were supposed to do last time around. So you do go past the pits and then into the victory lane, in effect, the wrong way up the pit lane.
I think it's nice that they do a lap, if I'm honest.
Well, it gives the fans out on the circuit to...
It's going to be just another 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Here's the remainder coming through now. The 34 car, the 12 Rebellion of Nicholas Prost, 4th overall. What a massive weekend for them as well. And the Alex Brundle car, the 35 car, it's made it. It's not going to make the podium, though, after such heroic performances in the night by Alex and Mardenborough. What a performance they had. Mikosado car going through. That's had some drama this weekend. As Benoit Trullier drives with the door open, waving. You say they've done it before. You don't get sick of that feeling, I suspect.
Absolutely not. I'm sure he wants to do it another 6 times, and you know, like Tom Christensen. So yet again, Christensen's on the podium. Turvey passing the line. Again, let's just reflect on his position just a few days ago. Wasn't even in the race, and now he's won the race. Fantastic. Well done, Jota. They very gradually caught everyone up. They weren't running high up.
There he is, just coming out of the final chicane. He's going to get the fight. He cannot believe it, as you said.
Because it did look like it was the number 35's car, 35 car's race to lose, and sadly they did lose it. They had a problem somewhere, engine or something. They lost power, and they were just sitting ducks really. And Oliver Turvey has done a great last stint to secure the victory for the Zytek.
Brilliant performance, 3 Brits in that car. Just saw some Toyota personnel there. What could have been, I think, is probably what is going through their minds at this moment.
As with the Porsche, so we've got an official finisher in Mark Lane now.
That's it, yeah.
11th position.
11th position. Webber is still on that result sheet, but never made it back out of the pits. Terminal transmission problems. But Turvey is our winner. The car 38 in the P2 category. I should say the 51 car wins the GT Pro category. And look at all the marshals, all the flag. They have been busy people this weekend. And if we touched on it earlier on in the program, if it wasn't for them, we would not be at 1,741 of them, I think it was, that signed on for this weekend's work.
But I mean, they love it as well. It's such a, you know, it's a fantastic event. A lot of them come down from Britain, all over Europe really, to marshal this event. So many required because there's so many marshal posts. Big track. So yeah, a big thanks to the marshals, to the fans for coming as well.
And here's the Porsche. He's had to do another lap. Granted, only a slow one, but it has had to do another lap. It probably didn't think he would have to do. So, as you say, they all led it, didn't they? They all led it. The big 3 manufacturers all had a shot at this. Okay,
and yet again, car 2. Nice to see some emotion there from Benoit. It just shows you how much it means to win this race. Well, everyone's tired, everyone's been working hard right through the night. So that Tony Villander, one of the winners in the 51 car, along with Jimmy Bruni. and Giancarlo.
Proper emotion, and now in that, for a driver, this is potentially better to be able to do a slowdown lap and let it really sink in, rather than immediately turning into the formal. Just look at this.
Yeah, it's really hitting him now. What he's just achieved. It's really sinking in.
Special weekend, and you know, Lena's on that pit wall. All of these engineers for these big teams, they aren't calling the shots. They are guiding them round because they can see everything. They got the bigger picture. And yeah, the drivers have got to put in the times. When she tells them, we need to up the pace, we need 323s or 324s, they've got to produce it. But they don't know that without the guidance from the engineer. So it is a huge team effort.
And there's a massive weight on her shoulders, on all the engineers' shoulders as well. I mean, they are the ones, as you say. You know,
it goes wrong.
The car is their responsibility. The buck stops with them. So, you know, they've again, this car, third win for them in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So, fantastic achievement.
It does surprise me when I've seen before, when you see the end of the race, that bizarrely the engineer is still sat in their little box downloading data whilst the drivers are down in the winner's circle. And, you know, it'd be nice if they could be actually part of all the big celebrations down there.
Yeah. Again, I feel like I need to mention the Danish team.
Yeah.
You know, again, they led this race pretty much from very early, pulled out a big lead in the Aston Martin, and the Christian Poulsen car of the Aston Martin of 95, the Danish entry, has a massive result here. They were out very early last year. That sad accident of Alan Simonson, and now they've got the victory. It's a strange one. It's almost a little bit as if it was fated to happen, and you know, I'm so pleased for them to have been part of that team last year and to see what they went through and what I went through. It was so tough, and they've come here, they've come back, they've persevered, and they've won. As the winner overall goes in, he can't quite get around that corner.
We talk about emotions and the highs and lows. That is probably the biggest swing in 12 months of lows to highs, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
What they've been through. Hang about, don't bump into your teammate now. So we noticed how bad the lock was on these cars when the Toyota was trying to get turned around on the Mulsanne straight. They're not so bothered now.
Ben's still got some tears in his eyes, so he can't quite see.
That's his excuse, yeah. He's got it. But what I like now is he's got to drive down past absolutely everybody.
That's not a difficult thing to do. Yep, thank you. Yep.
Here they are.
See his teammates. Special
I've got a feeling there's going to be a ride on this car, yeah.
The boss getting on there as well. Happy times.
It's a great shot. Oh, there's not room. There's not room for the other drivers. Oh, he's going to get in. He's going to get on, I think, isn't he?
It's a busy pit lane there.
Yeah.
Come on, everyone, out the way.
Look at that.
Here comes the winner.
Fantastic. You've got to believe in your teammates all weekend. Probably no more time than now. He doesn't want him to slip the clutch or accidentally wheel spin when the three of the most important people in your life at the moment are holding onto the car.
I think he's quite chilled. In fact, he's holding on to his teammate himself.
He's got hold of him, yeah. That's great.
And this year, you know, great race. We could have a proper celebration on the podium this year and celebrate a fantastic Le Mans 24 Hours.
Yeah, he's got to turn that in now, hasn't he, onto the... Huge. I mean, to be part, there's a message all on the screen here. A big thank you to everyone being a part of this year's 24 Hours of Le Mans. And when you have a race like we've had, is there a better spectacle in motor racing?
We're biased, yeah. So no, but you know, of course, everyone's. You know, there's the big races in America. There's the Indy 500. There's the Daytona 500. You know, Daytona 24 hours. So there's big races, but I think you have to say the biggest race in the world has to be the Le Mans 24 hours. It's the biggest test for a driver, for a car, for the technology, for a team. And you can see what it means to these guys.
And as well as seeing these celebrations, you got to remember, we've just seen Oliver Turvey. He's just going down the pit straight. He's going to have, with his team, similar celebrations. As you said, the Fisichella 51 car will have those, and the 95 Danish Aston Martin. All of them will get to stand on the podium. Fantastic weekend. Say Porsche did make it round. They got that car back out for the final lap. The Rebellion needs a huge...
Where's the Porsche gone?
That's very true. Where has the Porsche gone?
Let's have a look further down. Disqualified. No, did not.
Yeah, it's got disqualified on there. Okay.
So both P1 Porsches are not classified.
Okay.
So not sure why. I thought the lead car certainly looked across the line. I don't know what.
Look at these boys.
Yeah. I need to find out more about that. I don't quite understand why
they came
don't
out
get
and did one lap, didn't they?
Yeah. Maybe it's the time they were in the box. They didn't allow that. So we see Anthony Davidson there. Heroic last stint. Some really fast times, but a podium finish is you know, it's a major achievement. So you shouldn't be despondent, but yeah, I think he's ruining what could have been, because he definitely had the car that could have won this.
Yeah, they had the speed to win this race, didn't they? And
yeah, he's a bit disappointed, but you know, podium finish at Le Mans, he gets to stand up there, you get to spray the champagne. It's a big thing.
No one can take it away from you, can they? I mean, yeah, it's not the win, but...
And he has been, you know, he's very competitive, Anthony. He's been coming here now for a few years as part of the Peugeot squad and now as part of the Toyota squad. So, yeah, he's not quite managed to win yet.
Interviews going on with the drivers as they've just got out that car. So we're waiting now for the podium celebrations. Obviously the first three in the race. Love this shot. Love this shot. Days like this never erase from the memory.
I suppose when you the difficult thing, if you've won it as many times as Tom, you can't quite differentiate each one because they all kind of blend into the next one. But yeah, I think every one of them is very special.
The fans have been led onto the track. We can just see that just at the exit of the final chicane. The fans are pouring onto the track, which again is another kind of special part of this. They can get involved and just stand just off to the side of the podium and look up and see our winners up there. Here they come. You can see them just onto the right-hand side of the screen. The Audi sitting there, quite calm, picturesque. You think of the drama and that's gone through in the last 24 hours. There was some big speed in that car at the start of it all.
So we've got a replay of the whole race now.
24 hours. Fernando Alonso flagged the cars away, remember. Alan McNish did drive the pace car, but yeah, as they were on the grid, waiting around. Everyone at that point, massively enthusiastic, massively hopeful of what was to come. As the trophy, which now we know who's won, was driven down the side. It wasn't long into the race where the rain appeared. About 1.5 hours in, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 20 minutes in, which caused a few dramas. Took out Audi number 3 and gave the problems to the Toyota number 8. There are shots of that rain. It's spectacular, to say the least. The sun started to set. Darkness came over the circuit, and that wasn't the end of the drama. Fantastic battles in the LMP2 category and the GTE Pro category, as darkness was shrouding the circuit. Some massively big sector times coming in from the Audis. And then all drama again this morning as the position swapped 2 or 3 times as the Audi number 2 took the victory. Tom Christensen now, this is kind of behind the scenes getting ready to get on to the podium. Alan McNish up there. Autographs being signed by Andre Lotterer. Just trying to pick up on what's being said in there. Tom Christensen going on about his turbo.
Yeah, just giving some recognition to the Toyota making the podium. The stand-in teammate. Yeah, big achievement for Genet. Straight back in the car, 2nd place. Guess he's hoping for a bit more notice next year and a proper ride.
Well done. And you guys. Yeah. Kept fighting back in the podium. Unbelievable. Was you disappointed? Yeah. To come back. Oh.
Well-deserved beer in the Audi camp.
Is that winner's t-shirt on? Behind the scenes, if you can get a cameraman in there with a good sound, it's quite good.
I think Alan's very, very happy for the number 2 car. Big respect between these guys. It's very smartly dressed as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Crazy. The start with the rain and then...
One piece of advice, be careful going into Switzerland this year. I am.
Don't understand that one.
That could be a reference to maybe he got caught speeding or something going home last year.
Yeah.
Something like that. Not that a racing driver would ever speed on the road, of course.
No.
But then again, he would have been in a bad mood last year. Didn't win last year. So he'll be in a good mood this year.
I suspect he won't be going home until tomorrow afternoon or something now. The 3rd place car team up on the podium. That's our number 8 Toyota. Anthony Davidson finishing off that stint with Nicolas Lapierre and Sébastien Buemi.
Lucas de Grassi, 2nd place.
The number 1 car, you say Lucas de Grassi.
Christensen.
Marc Genet replacing Duval, who's sat at home watching this. And here come our winners. Marcel Fassa, André Lotre and Benoit Treillet. The car number 2 wins again at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Look at the crowd now.
Yep, everyone making their way down from all different directions down to the podium. Of course, there'll be 4 different podiums.
Taking a photograph, looking back.
Podium selfie.
Yeah. Big respect between these teams. They all know what it's like to win and how difficult it is to win. So huge respect in and amongst them.
In a tweet from Jeroen Bleekemolen, we made it. P5 in GTE Pro with only 2 drivers. Big respect to him and his team, the WeatherTech Porsche.
You say huge respect for them.
P4 for Westy in the Corvette, the 74 car. Of course, second place with the 73 car with Garcia in it, finishing the race. The 74 car obviously ran quite high in the lead at one stage as well. So just watch the podium. Apologies if I spoke over the national anthem there. I probably shouldn't have done that.
Some more photo selfies going on up on the podium, but you never know, you might not be there again, so you've got to do it, haven't you, while you're up there. The trophies for the 3rd place. Pierre Filon, the president of the ACO, giving out the 3rd place trophies. Still a nice trophy to take home. Might not be the winner's one, but it's a nice trophy to take home. Here we go, André Lotre, a selfie. Second place trophies. Jean-Marie Jaffot giving out the trophies to our number 1 Audi team. He's got a fair few of those, hasn't he? Mainly number 1 ones, but still has a fair few seconds and from other times when he has been on the podium and not won.
Yeah, I don't think, you know, he's got so many of the wins. Of course, he wants to win again, but when he doesn't, he knows how it goes. You know, you have to take the rough with the smooth. I don't think he's going to be. He's, you know, they've all acquitted themselves fantastically well. At the end of the day, it was the number 2 car that beat the number 1 car. So, you know, fantastic job by Audi. The drivers, I think, no major issues with any of them, no big mistakes. Everyone did their job, so they can all be proud of themselves.
Pascal Lafarge giving out the trophies to our Audi number 2 crew, the crew that has just won the 82nd running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Treasure those trophies as the big one sits in front of them. And there's the Rolex.
There's a nice timepiece.
Yeah. Philippe Chaffier giving out the Rolexes. can't wait to look through Twitter in about half an hour's time and see all these photographs that's on there.
That'll be the third one of them they've got.
Mesdames et messieurs, c'est effectivement le moment. Nous allons vous demander, vous savez tous ce que vous faites, le prenez à bras et vous le levez très très fort. Et mesdames et messieurs, applaudissez cette scène, accompagnez-la tout de suite par vos applaudissements.
Let's have a bit of champagne spraying, why don't we?
They're going to try and lift this big trophy.
Oh. Easy, easy.
The ticker tape that's just gone off is now gradually blowing its way past out of the commentary box as the champagne flows. They're good bottle-sized champagnes, aren't they? Fair few bits of soaking going on now. Trying to pick up on some of the audio from the podium there. I think the poor guy presenting all of this has got a bit soaked there. He's just about to speak to somebody, so.
FIA World Endurance Championship.
The ultimate performance, racing to the limit.
A sprint during 6 hours.
Okay, give you a call. Tell me if you want to do one more.
And this time he gets that car and suspension.
The fight will be intense.
The show comes at Circuit of the Americas.
Slipping through without any help.
Winning is the mission.
Don't back off, just keep going, keep going.
Every second counts.
Too bad. Well done, crew. Thanks for all your hard work last night. Well done, everyone.
Lone Star Le Mans, 19 and 20 of September.
We are ready.
What about you?
Defense is on, you know, yeah?
Yeah, copy that.